Hi YouTube, it's Catherine Michelle. I'm back briefly. I'm going to do a quick video today. I have not given up on the case, and I'm not done by any means or any stretch of the imagination. I'm still researching it, but dealing with some personal health issues and also issues with the laptop. Yay, right? Gotta love laptop issues. I'm not supposed to be using it right now. It tends to overheat and yeah, ugly things start to happen. So I'm going to make this quick. But the laptop should be fixed within a week, so yay. But I'm researching, in the meantime, I'm researching things like the affidavits and what they've requested, and then what did the information show that they found, especially the parts that I'm interested in. As we know, there were affidavits requesting cell phone information and all of the laptop information and all of his notes, David's notes and everything, because they were trying to show a motive. And yet, okay, that's what they're stating in their affidavit, but then later their detective Clonico states, after he reviews everything, that there was no motive. So we have the police, Apple Valley Police Department, blaming David and listing him as a spouse abuser and a domestic violence person and all of this stuff based on no motive, zero motive. And I'm trying to figure out, why did they do this? I don't even think they know. But anyway, that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm searching on at this point. So be patient. But in the meantime, and I know this has been out there with others, but I'm going to read an email that David had sent to Jason Allen. This was written on December 17th, 2014, a month before their bodies were discovered, a little less than a month. They were discovered on January 17th. But for the police department and all of those others out there who want to say that David snapped, you know who you are. You didn't do your job in researching this very well. And for everyone else, I want you to hear David's words, hear what he says, and then decide for yourself if this sounds like a man who snapped or a man who just decided he didn't have anything to live for. Here we go. Written on December 17th, 2014, David Crowley's own words to Jason Allen. Hello, Jason. I hope you've been well. I can't imagine much keeping you down. I'm pretty excited to be reaching out to you, I gotta say. As big and important as Gray State seems to be to everyone, I'll tell you the truth. After all the attention in 2012 and subsequent invisible development and networking, it's almost completely abandoned. Not by me, of course, but by the previous standing core team. Maybe the workload got too crazy. I don't know the personal reasons, but at the end of it all, here I am at the end of the tunnel all alone. I want to stop here because this is where a lot of people take this completely out of context, and they're like saying, oh, see, he felt despondent. He's not despondent here. He's saying that everybody who was working with him left him, abandoned him, and he's doing it by himself. But the project is still going. He goes, the fans continue to gather, but they're frustrated and despondent. No one believes anymore. But that's all the illusion. It assumes I haven't been working 18-hour days for many years, building this into an empire and keeping it pure from outside influence, which of course I have been. Here's the situation. In a few weeks, you'll be able to watch a 2.5-hour documentary, a manifesto on the Gray State model called The Rise, completely in tandem with a few trailers for a Gray State series that has an integrated storyline with multiple feature films. Gray State fans are growing at a rate of 100 to 200 per day even now, and when I get started, I can only expect they'll keep coming. My wife Komel and I are quietly and fervently putting all this into place, and no one else, and I mean no one else, is at all involved in the project's decision-making process or finances. You know the story that they keep telling you, that they isolated and they were breaking away? Do you see where their narrative doesn't fit the reality? They were being alone because they were working to finish this project. Komel is helping me finally database the network of professionals, actors, and concerned citizens, basically the wealth of the interest Gray State has drawn over the years in the form of pledges of service, real industry contacts, with which you are probably already intimately connected. Hundreds of offers, dozens of sponsors, an email list of 1,200, and over 50,000 in social media contact, which is growing by the day. It is a time bomb of public interest. Standing offers you wouldn't believe. Apps, video games, the works. I can't even begin to explain over email. I can't even keep it all in my head, especially with what's going on in the news and how keyed up people are for some kind of hope. I have no idea how much money is going to come together when this kicks off, here in a few weeks, but it might be enough to get started on a series, then independent features running a common storyline, all run by an interstate network of committed individual professionals who can organize all these assets and operate outside of the traditional money-making sphere of media distribution, instead creating something largely made by the people and assembled by those pure few who control the project's finances, which at the moment is only me, which means no strings attached at all. Think of it, man. When you see The Rise and the new trailers for the Gray State series, you'll know what I mean when I say I have followed my heart at every step. I think you already do. At this moment, I don't even know what kind of people I need because I'm exhausted from carrying and managing this burden for so many years. But you know what I need. Jason, you know exactly what to do with this. You know which casting agency I need, how to manage the flow of interest, which writers can come together, which states would work as locations for which scenes, actors we can reach out to, publicity people, the North Dakota bank you've been telling me about. I have a feeling you know exactly who to reach, who is appropriate to work with, and I trust your connection to the ideals you have perceived in Gray State since they are my own. Jason, please mull this over. I don't mean to assume you even want to be an executive producer, and I'd guess you don't even have the time to consider it, but the offer stands. I believe that you can translate the coming buzz into a trustworthy team, and together we can create viable and effective art. At your convenience, sir. Cheers, David. Please tell me, where in any of this do you hear the rantings and ravings of someone who's about to snap? It's not there. Instead, this is a man who's excited about his dream, is coming to fruition. All of their work is being put into it. He's telling Jason how he and Komel are working night and day, and they're doing it quietly and on their own to finish it. They were fully focused on this project. It breaks my heart. He had such high hope. This is not the writing of someone who's going to turn around, which they then say. Again, keep in mind that this is written December 17th, and they're saying 9 days later, according to them, not according to what the evidence shows, but according to them, 9 days later, he kills his wife, his daughter, and then himself. It doesn't, we've said it doesn't fit so many times, but it's ludicrous. There is no motive. This man's motive was his dream that was coming true. So mull that over, people. Think about it. This is David, an excitement. And yes, he worked hard. And it was him. And he states right here that his core team abandoned them. And I wonder why. Because the so-called core team are the ones who are saying that David was pushing them away. When in David's own words, he's saying they left. And yet, all of a sudden, they still want to hold on to Gray State and the money that it has the potential to bring in. I really hope and pray that Whoever's holding this script understands that copyright law states that that copyrighted material, which is David's, maintains his, and only his, for 50 years after his death. Now, did you do that on purpose? Well, whoever did this, whoever killed this man, did you do that on purpose knowing that the whole entire project would not be able to be touched for 50 years after his death because copyright law? That's one way to shut him up, isn't it?